Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. One Gaudiya Vaishnava poet has written, O Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had you not come. In the same mood, we can also ask, O Srila Prabhupada, had you not come, what would be the state of our being? But you did come, mercifully, from Goloka, there's no doubt, to translate wonderful books about Krishna, which have made most of us into at least aspiring devotees of their lordships. You travelled widely, delivered thousands of lectures, and gave your precious association freely. And your books and the books and films about you continue to inspire many to take up the practice of bhakti. I met a devotee couple many years ago who found a copy of your abridged Prabhupada Lilamrita, which Ambika was reading from this morning, and became so moved they wrote to the BBT to receive some of the books written by you. They also moved closer to your temple to enhance their practices of Krishna consciousness. And there are thousands of similar examples all over the world. We shudder to think of an Australia or New Zealand without New Govardhan and all of the other spiritual oases here and across the globe inspired by you. Despite the ocean of faults brought on by the mischief maker Kali, your movement grows. Buddhajan Prabhu has likened this decade to the decade of tears, as many of us, both disciples and your older grand disciples, may not still be around by the year 2030. The great news is that many new and much younger people are hearing your clarion call, as we once did, and are carrying the banner of ISKCON and Sri Krishna Sankirtan forward. You fulfilled the prophecy of Mahaprabhu that his names would one day be chanted in every town and village. Some critical scholars have opined that you spread the chanting of Hare Krishna and opened 108 Radha Krishna temples, as an astrologer predicted, by engaging hippies who were otherwise not doing a lot back in the 60s and 70s. It is the strong belief amongst many of our senior godbrethren, however, that the whole counter-cultural movement was arranged by none other than Sri Chaitanya himself, just to facilitate your divine graces coming to the West on that historic voyage aboard the Jaladuta in 1965. You thought at that time, quote, as soon as I mentioned to the Americans the 4 rules of civilized human beings, that they might thank me for coming, but say, now you can go back to India, Swami. And just as Lord Chaitanya delivered Sanatan in Varanasi, who externally appeared unkept, having travelled a long distance, so you, Srila Prabhupada, saw past our external coverings and delivered us. You likened our generation with our Janma, Aishvarya, Shruta and Sri, or good births, wealth, education and beauty, to being a pleasant fragrance, or to adding a pleasant fragrance to gold, i.e. Krishna Bhakti. Some years back there was an important scholarly conference that a number of your PhD followers were invited to. The keynote speaker, a retired professor emeritus, startled your disciples when he began his talk with, I'll quote, I see we have some followers of Swami Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada's ISKCON here. That's very nice, but even they don't know the true greatness of their founder. The devotee scholars looked at one another in astonishment as the venerable professor chuckled and continued. Now that I see I have their attention, I'll say why I am qualified to make such a statement. It is only because now I'm in my 70s, and what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada did in his 70s is nothing short of superhuman. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for everything you continue to do for all of us here at New Govardhan and the world. Your fallen son, Alalanath Das.